What's going on, everyone? A-Fizzle here tuning in with y'all on this Feel Good Friday, as the woman who blocked me on Twitter, better known as Molly Karam, says on First Take every Friday. Because it is Feel Good Friday. Rare time off on a Friday, might take advantage of it and deliver this long awaited video that y'all been waiting for months, maybe over a year now. My top 10 favorite Denver Broncos players of all time. And let's not even waste my time talking. Let's get right into this countdown. Start with number 10. Now, to be honest, I really don't have a number 10. I really have two number 9s. And you know, when you talk about these two wide receivers, you might well, you know, group them up in the same number, you know, same ranking, you know. Number 9, top for number 9, got Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith. Two of the some of the top 10 wide receivers of all time. You know, everybody talks about wide receivers, you know, the Jerry Rices, the T.O.s, Randy Mosses, Steve Largents, you know, even this day and age of Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson before he retired, and certain others. But Rod Smith and McCaffrey, sometimes they get overlooked by some of those other wide receivers, especially in, you know, their heyday. But these two guys, you know, they were kind of like different racial brothers, man. These two, they were just gelling like that, man. And they were really special to the late 90s Broncos offense and the early millennium. After Elway retired, they still played at a high level. And McCaffrey, he took those massive hits, those grown man type hits, and he got back up like it was nothing. Rod Smith, he was just cool like that. He was just cooling, man. You know, one minute you see him, next minute he's going for it. He broke one for a touchdown on you. I'm pretty sure Falcon fans remember Super Bowl 33 when John Elway lynched that motherfucker out to Rod Smith. He beat Mr. I can't keep my dick in my bed, whatever. I get arrested before the Super Bowl. Eugene Robinson burned him and broke one for a touchdown. Probably my favorite play of all time from Rod Smith, man. Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith. Both of those cats were great, man. And I don't think Broncos country will probably see a dynamic duo like that again. Even though Demaryius Thomas and I'm gonna say Eli, Emmanuel Sanders can make a case, can make an argument for themselves. But at the same time, these two were just dynamic, especially in the late 90s, early millennium, during that time when they was playing at a high level. Never had a fall off. You know, no matter what type of quarterback was back there, whether it was Elway, whether it was Greasy, whether it was Chris Miller, whether it was Bubby Brister, these two still play at a high level. And they make a great candidate to be on my top 10 favorite Broncos. And they are some of my 10 favorite Broncos. And they're definitely some of my favorite wide receivers of all time. You know, I think Ed McCaffrey, Rod Smith should get the recognition they deserve. Because, you know, they were just good. I mean, they was just that damn good. Hall of Fame? Why not? I don't think they'll ever make it, but why not give them recognition? I think they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Both of these wide receivers. Coming in at number 8, we got Tim Tebow. Now I know a lot of Bronco fans don't like Tim Tebow. He can't throw, he can't do this and that. But personally, I'm a fan of Tim Tebow. You know, I'm a Gator fan as well, so I definitely support Tim Tebow. And I really think he got the short end of the stick. Never got a chance to develop to be a Peyton Manning, John Elway type quarterback. And I feel bad for him. But I'm glad he's selling well on the baseball field. You know, he's kind of slumped this lately. But Tim Tebow, you know, he was a winner, like Skip Bayless said. He was a winner. He can win games for you. You know, you keep the game real close, he can give you the game-winning touchdown. Or if he can't give you the game-winning touchdown, he'll put you in position for the game-winning field goal, man. He was just a jack-of-all-trades type quarterback. You know, and like I said, it's a shame that he never really got the legit chance to really blow up like I believe he could. But, you know, he's doing well in other endeavors, which is really good. So, Tim Tebow, Alright, my number 7 pick may be controversial. Depends when you became a Broncos fan. But number 7, I got Peyton Manning. Now, if you became a Broncos fan in 2012, hopped on the bandwagon, obviously Peyton Manning's going to be your number 1. I know for a lot of diehard Bronco fans, you know, Peyton Manning probably top 5. But he's number 7 because he only spent 4 years with the Broncos, to be fair. And besides, you know, I've been watching Broncos football about a decade plus before Peyton Manning came to the Broncos. So it's other Broncos that play for this team that I like more than Peyton Manning. But Peyton Manning definitely one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I don't think he is the greatest, but definitely top 5 greatest of all time. You know, can't leave him out of discussion. Hall of Fame for sure. But only knock I would give on Peyton Manning is that he has a losing record to Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. But other than that, prolific quarterback, studies the game, you know, prepares, even over prepares because he doesn't want to make mistakes. And even though his last season, 2015, he was below average, he did just enough to win him one more Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl for the Broncos before retiring. And I'm glad that he decided to retire after the 2015 season. Go out on top, man. And Peyton Manning, you know, he did that, which I'm really happy for him, man. Dude's one of the greatest, man. And those 4 seasons he was here are definitely some of the greatest 4 seasons here in Bronco history. Some of the greatest, not the greatest, but some of the greatest, man. It was just fun watching Peyton Manning play for the Denver Broncos. All right, coming in at number 6, Champ Bailey. Man, Champ Bailey in mid to late double zeros was electrifying, man. You did not dare throw him in his direction because he will pick you off and he'll take it to the house. Ask New England. Well, he didn't take one to the house against the Patriots in the division round, but he damn near did it though. But you know, I'll tell you now, you did not want to throw Champ Bailey's direction. He was definitely one of the greatest cornerbacks in his time frame. But you know, I think age really caught it to him at the turn of millennium. You know, he was still catching interceptions, but you know, he wasn't that legit threat to, you know, to wide receivers as he once was at turn millennium. I mean, turn of the decade, excuse me. You know, all of a sudden you got the Richard Shermans coming up and the Chris Harrises. You know, you got all these cornerbacks coming out of nowhere, just, you know, with bravado and all that. And Champ Bailey, he just kind of, you know, he kind of downgraded, not downgraded. He kind of had a fall off, but no denying he's a great cornerback, Hall of Fame without a doubt. Number 6 on this list. Forever a fan of Champ Bailey, even though he went to UGA, but he did play 10 years with the Broncos squad, this Denver Broncos squad. So I'm forever a Champ Bailey fan. All right, number 5, Steve Atwater. Now, Steve Atwater was on the Broncos by the time I started watching football, and one thing I really admire about Steve Atwater, he was a killer, man. He will whoop your ass, man. He will knock the fuck out of you, put you on the motherfucking bitch if you dare try him. Dude's a hard hitter, man. A hard hitting ass safety. Made way for the John Lynch's in the world and everybody and all these other hard hitting safeties, the Cam Chances, Earl Thomases that came after him. He paved the way in the late 80s, early 90s, man. I know it's other quarterbacks and safeties like the Ronnie Lotts in the world and Bobby Lanes who paved way for Steve Atwater, but as far as like the 90s on, the last 25 years, Steve Atwater was definitely the greatest hard-hitting defensive back ever, definitely the hard-hitting safety, made way for the Earl Thomases, the Cam Chancellors, and you know, all these other cats who want to play safety and want to just knock the fuck out of receivers, man. Now, Steve Atwater, he left the Broncos right when I started getting into the Broncos, and I think he retired shortly after. But his legacy in the 90s, man, is undeniable. It's going to be untouched. These other cats can try to emulate Steve Atwater, but they can't. Number 4 on this list, another short end on the stick guy, but definitely one of the greatest linebackers of the double zeros, DJ Williams. Number 4 on my list, man. He's my favorite defensive player that ever put on the Bronco uniform. Now, a lot of y'all, especially college football fans, y'all probably remember him from Miami in the early part of millennium, part of that 2001 Canes team, one of the greatest college football teams of all time. And those Miami Hurricanes teams in the early part of the double zeros were menacing, man. You did not want to play them. And DJ Williams is part of that. He will also kick your ass, man. When he came to the Broncos and I started seeing him like mid to late double zeros, how he was killing these running backs, he killing these quarterbacks, I instantly became a fan of DJ Williams, man. And I wish he could have stuck around till at least 2015 because he deserved a Super Bowl ring with the Denver Broncos. And it was kind of sad to see him let alone go to the Bears. because I didn't hear anything else since. You know, he should have stuck around. He should have been here until 2015. Got Marine, alongside Von Miller, alongside March 54, alongside, you know how menacing that linebacker core would have been in 2015. It was already menacing, but really menacing in 2015 had DJ Williams been side to side with Von Miller and March 54. Man, running backs would piss their pants had he been a part of that team, along with Von Miller and March 54. Man, DJ Williams, my favorite linebacker of all time, or my second favorite linebacker of all time. LT's my favorite. Definitely my favorite linebacker on that ever played for the Broncos. My favorite defensive player ever played for the Broncos, man. Yes, even over Von Miller. Von Miller's great too. Don't get me wrong. And he's not on this list, so I hate to bust your bubbles. Von Miller's not on this list, but DJ Williams, man. He, you know. So it's obviously who my top three are. Number 3, the inventor of the Mile High Salute, TD. And I'm so happy that he's finally in the Hall of Fame. Should have been in the Hall of Fame, but it's all good because he's in there now. Deserved it. Definitely the greatest running back of the late 90s. Even better than Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Fred Taylor. You know, it's a Gator, but none of these cats, man. None of these cats had Jamal Anderson. All these cats, man, they could not hold a finger to TD in the late 90s, man. The greatest running back ever. Highly responsible for the 2 Super Bowl rings that the Broncos did get in the late 90s. Definitely responsible for John Elway riding out to the sunset with 2 Super Bowl rings. Because, honestly, if it wasn't for TD, it's a chance that Elway might have retired without even getting the Super Bowl ring. And that class of '83 hype would have been for nothing. Just saying. But TD, number 3, it was sad. He had suffered an injury in 1999, pretty much derailed his career after that. And, you know, he just was never the same player. But he said he had no regrets because he did whatever he wanted to do. You know, Super Bowl MVP, League MVP, you know, rushing title. So, you know, I have no problem with him retiring when he did. You know, he came, he saw, he conquered. Like I said, at this point, he's definitely the greatest running back in the NFL. Number 2, the lit Spartan champion, the guy who always bust skip up every day, well, almost every day on Undisputed. The one and only, the greatest tight end of all time. Even better than Tony Gonzalez. Even better than Kellen Winslow. This guy is the greatest tight end of all time. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Number 84. Mr. Oh, we need a president. President, we need National Guard. We need as many men as we can spare because we are killing the Patriots. The guy who talked a lot of shit on the football field, but yet back it up when miraculous play week in and week out. Preparation week in and week out. No other than Sterling Sharp's little brother, Shannon Sharp. Because he was just sharp with it, you know. He got the right last name because he was just sharp with it. From 1990 all the way to 2000, not 2000, but 1999. From 1990 all the way to 1999, you know, he had 2 seasons where he went to Baltimore, got him another ring, whatever, thanks to that defense. But he came back home in 2002, finished his career with the Broncos, played 2 more seasons before he hung it up. Got in the Hall of Fame in 2011, well deserved. Shannon Sharp, you keep busting skip up on Undisputed. Anytime he brings out that Broncos Cowboys game, you slap the shit out of him. I don't care if it costs you your job, you slap the shit out of him. Shannon Sharp, the greatest tight end ever played football. Enough said. And then we got number 1, my favorite Bronco, my favorite player, my favorite quarterback. One of the 3 greatest quarterbacks who ever played this game. No other than John Elway, man. 1983 to 1998. He went hard for the Broncos. Still dedicated to the Broncos to this day. And it's nothing else I can really say. He's John Elway. Just see the highlights for yourself, man. Go online and see the highlights. And you see why, to a lot of Bronco maniacs, he is number 1 on their list, including mine. John Elway, I salute you all day, man. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My top 10 favorite Denver Bronco players of all fucking time. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm going to wrap this saying up because I'm going to enjoy my Friday. I'm going to start drinking since I'm off, so might as well. Till next time, A-Fizzle signing out. DB4L. Let's get this win against Buffalo on Sunday. Woo!